Hey, this morning. Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 581. A little tardy this morning because when I go live digging through my Goodwill palette, I take all of this stuff into my rec room, and then I don't really set it up exactly for the morning, which I should know better. But that's why I was a little late. I was having some issues, so I apologize if the video's wonky. I think my internet connection might be poor this morning. What's new? Because I was having some difficulty both emailing the thumbnail for today's YouTube video. Is Josh Luber out at Fanatics? That was the big rumor yesterday, so we're going to get into that today. Dan says no pixelation yet. So I had difficulty emailing it, and then I had difficulty saving it here on my desktop to get it uploaded. So we've got Victor in the chat. What is up, Victor? Good morning. Jenny is with us. Herman, John, hit that like button. Thank you, John. Ed, good morning to you. What is up, Dan? John said, I've just said on Twitter I was disappointed you didn't title that video Goodwill Hunting. John gets the Hobby Evolution star of the day. Goodwill. I love it. I love it. John, I'm going to actually steal that, so I'll have to give you proper props, whatever, because I think I'm going to have to use that for the next video. I'm not sure if I'll do another Goodwill video because I kind of saved some of what I thought were the better boxes. My car's still full, by the way. So is my rec room. So the next couple days are going to be like card show prep. I've got signs to put together. I've got to put the name tags down on the tables. I'm going to run to the Sheraton today. Where's the Sheraton? It's on John Nolan Drive. Take a drink. This is my first sip of the day. So I've got a lot of card show prep here over the next couple days, and I've got to just follow up with a couple people that were on the fence. Right now, I don't have any spots open, but I do have a couple people interested. So I said I had actually a friend of a friend wants to set up, and I'm like, dude, I don't have any spots. He's like, what are the chances anything opens up? And I'm like, pretty good. Pretty good. Last month I had 8, between Friday and Saturday morning. So the chances are pretty good that something's going to open up. So have him be ready. Let's see. Going to watch your Goodwill video this morning, unless eBay suspends you. Jenny says you got a lot of shipping to do. I shipped like all day yesterday, and I still have a lot of shipping to do. Yeah, the flash sale was a huge success. I'll share some details on that. C&M Collectible says, wouldn't it be surprising if he is out due to the optics created by his appearance with Spicoli and friends on that break? C&M referencing Josh Luber. That's the topic of the day. We'll get into that. What's your backup if eBay suspends you? DR says, I can't wait to hear about Luber. I never thought he would stay long-term, but excited to hear Bo's perspective. Sneakers and cards just don't have that much in common. I'm going to circle back to that comment because I kind of disagree. And I'll share why when we touch on that topic. Herman says, got into a bit of an accident yesterday, got T-boned and can't even get a day off. Herman, holy crap. I hope everything's okay. First of all, hopefully you're okay. And then that sucks. I almost witnessed a T-bone accident yesterday. We had Chinese takeout, and it was a mess, all around mess. When I went to pick it up, I stop at the red light, and 3 seconds later, an SUV in the lane next to me decides to drive through the red light with oncoming traffic and basically split 2 cars. No collision, fortunately, but there was a minivan that it missed the rear end of the minivan, and then it missed the front end. It did some maneuvering, and the cars did the proper thing. One sped up, one braked, allowing the car to split through. I think they just weren't paying attention and drove right through the red light. Then I get to the Chinese takeout, And it's funny, me and my buddy were just talking about this like last week. We're like, yeah, their times are way off. They say it's going to be ready at 6. You get there at 6 and it's not ready for another half an hour. It's like every time. So now we time it out, and it's like, okay, they say it's going to be ready at 6. We'll show up at 6:15. That way it's only a 15-minute wait if they're 30 minutes behind. If it's actually ready on time, it's only been sitting around for 15 minutes. So we get in there and, pick it up. It's under my wife's name. And the lady looks at me and she's like, oh, you just picked it up. And I'm like, nope, my wife's at home. She definitely didn't pick it up. And another lady was like, oh, yeah, that woman that was sitting there. I'm like, wasn't who it was supposed to be. Well, there were two. My wife's name is Amy. There were 2 Amy's on the list. And apparently they just said Amy. And they just said, oh, my name's Amy. I'm going to go take it. Well, there were 2 Amy's on the list. And they gave it to the wrong one. So they had to make it new. Fortunately, Chinese food doesn't take that long to make. That's the good thing about it. So I had to wait like 15 minutes. It was good. I'm super thirsty though. Usually I'm not when I have this particular restaurants. But I was a lot of sodium in last night's meal. So it was kind of a train wreck with our Chinese takeout. TD Sports Cards, good morning to you. Zach is with us. Good morning, Zach. So yeah, went through the Goodwill palette last night. Video is up online. Found some good stuff. A ton of soccer cards. John, I did read your comment this morning, so thank you for the insight, because I don't know anything about soccer cards. I know a few players, but that's about it. And I don't really know, like, especially like rookies. Like, there were a lot of rookies, but, are they good? Is it like baseball where if they're going to be good or not, or sometimes they come out, or, sometimes it's like they just explode. So I didn't know how that works. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to penny sleeve them all. They're all going to go into a $1 box, whether they're worth 25 cents or they're worth $5, because I have no idea. So that's what I'm going to do. Just going to sleeve them all up, put them in a $1 box, and somebody might get a good deal. And some of them, if they don't sell for $1, they'll go into the quarter box at the end of the year. So that's kind of how I'm going to handle the soccer. I can't, at least I have more respect for soccer cards than I have respect for hockey cards. Hockey cards, it's like, I just taught hockey and NASCAR. I just toss them aside. Not literally toss them, but I'll like put them in the back corner. And like, I've got these boxes. You can buy them for $20. So let's see. Ed said he grabbed a bunch of Red Sox from the store. Great stuff in there. Dan asked how far he is from the Boston suburbs. Why don't you use the Center Stage app and look soccer up? There's just so many, and that's a good point, but there's just so many that I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to take all that time to look them up. So I feel my time is better spent just putting them in the $1 box. Because my assumption is they're $1 cards. But there was like a 2018 Topps Update Gold Acuna Albies card that's, probably a $30 card, maybe even a $40 card. There was a Fernando Tatis Family Business rookie, which I didn't look up comps. I'm guessing in the $10 range on that based on other insert rookies of Tatis. But I think the find, and here I am giving away all the video, the best find was ticket stubs. And again, in my third pallet, the best find in my third pallet was a Giannis, and I have it right here. This is Giannis's basically rookie ticket. This is his first home game of his rookie year, 2013. So that was probably my best find in the third Goodwill pallet. So right now, and these tickets that I found, and I haven't even shared what it is, Mark McGwire's 69th and 70th home run tickets. Now, back in 1999, 2000, well, ticket stubs really weren't a thing back then. So it's kind of like, But at the time, no longer a record. Barry Bonds is the record holder. No, okay, you can put an asterisk, but Barry Bonds is the record holder. What he hit 73 in a season. So McGwire, 69th and 70th home run tickets, final game of the season in 1998 against the Montreal Expos. So they sell for like $25-$30 is basically, there's not too many on eBay. There were just a couple. But I'm guessing in the $25 to $30 range on those, and there were 4 of them. So got the whole family of ticket stubs. So that was a nice find last night. Oh, and the vintage. There was, and these vintage 70 tops are in fantastic condition. I don't like using mint, excellent, good, very good. I like using outstanding. They're in outstanding condition because I don't know, like, what is excellent for a vintage card? I don't know. These are in excellent. I would say these are probably in excellent condition. 70 tops, Carl Yastrzemski All-Star, and a 70 tops Bob Gibson. And they're in excellent condition. I'll use the term. They're not near mint, but they're definitely probably excellent. I hate like trying to explain a grade of a card because I just don't. What is what? So excellent condition on those vintage, and there were some random vintage commons. I think there were even some going back to the 50s. There was a Randy Ransom Jackson. There's a Wally Post. Good old Dick Pole, 76 tops Dick Pole was in there. That always sells because people love the name. So there was some good stuff. And I still, a lot of stuff that I left in my car is boxes of junk wax, but there's also like the random Ziploc bag type stuff that I don't know what could be in there. The Giannis ticket that I just showed, that was in a Ziploc bag with, some other random stuff. Actually, the what was some of those refractors that I did show off in the video, those were in like a bag. So some fun stuff. So I probably won't do another Goodwill video just because it's card show week. Madison Card Show is this Saturday, May 28th at the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive. Take a drink. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. free admission, 135 tables. It's a sold-out show. We're going to run 2 floors, three ballrooms for the first time. There's going to be prizes to be given away. I will give, so you register to win at the show. You don't need to be present to win. I will announce, we'll do a live drawing here on this YouTube channel. So if you are watching this video and you will be at the show on Saturday, register to win at the show. There's going to be a registration box in each of the 3 rooms, which I have to go and buy a 3rd box today. And I will do the drawing live on Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, Sunday night, right here on YouTube. So we'll do that live drawing for the prizes. Prizes to be given away: a 2021 Bowman Mega Box, a 2021 Bowman Chrome Mega Box, sponsored by 1 Million Cubs LLC from my own collection. Let's see, a PSA or SGC submission from Matt at 5 Star Cards. I have their cards somewhere over here. Anyway, 5 Star Cards giving a PSA or SGC submission. Let's see, and the book Beauty at Short by local author Tom Alicia. So some good stuff to be given away, and you can register to win this Saturday at the Madison Card Show, and then we'll do the drawing live for those prizes here on this YouTube channel on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central. So it's going to be a fun time, and after the show, go across the street for Bratfest. Bratfest, I think it actually kicks off tomorrow. Bratfest, right across the street from the Sheraton Hotel. On stage, we've got Joe Nichols, country star Joe Nichols. He'll be on the stage on Saturday night, I believe 8 p.m. And then if you want to stick around, if you're in the area Sunday, make sure to watch Queensryche. Where's John, by the way? Queensryche is on stage on Sunday. So exciting weekend here in Madison. Let's see. John Cooter is with us. Christian Pulisic might do well as a U.S. international. Cooter is looking for Jenny's store. There's Jenny's store, so check out her store. I think she's also doing a flash sale, so check that out. George is with us, just chilling with a cloud after a walk. C&M says they are in most excellent condition. Most excellent. Had some lottery tonight. Loteria. Am I pronouncing that right? Loteria. Jenny said just Triple Crowns video drops tonight. Interviewed Suze about the Jeter PC. Very cool. So what else is going on? I think that's about it. Was there anything else I wanted to touch? Oh, the flash sale. Before I get into Josh Luber. Let's see. DR says, how do you feel different the night before your card show now compared to the night before your first card show you hosted? Oh, before we transition, that's a great question. There's still a level of stress, but it's a different stress because now it's, there was a lot more room for error during the first couple months. And the stress that I had during the early shows was trying to book tables, trying to get as many dealers as I could to the show. So that was kind of and I think I overlooked the actual promoting of the show. Facebook advertising has been it's changed the landscape of the show. Without it, I think it would have not grown to what it has become without Facebook advertising. Because you can, Beckett Calendar, promoting on local card groups, Twitter, Instagram, it's only going to go so far. But paying for advertising takes it to the next level. And it's definitely, if you're ever going to run a show, if you do run a show, I would strongly encourage it. I know a lot of people don't want to pay for the advertising because there's a lot of free avenues, but it's going to take it to the next level. It's going to be on eyeballs that normally wouldn't see it. I'm still surprised every month. I'm surprised by how many people come to the show because they saw the advertisement on Facebook, and many of which comment, this is the first show I've been to in 30 years. I haven't been to a show in 20 years. They see the ad, they come out, they want to check it out. What's the hobby like today? You read about it. It's in mainstream media a lot these days. Let's go check it out at the local show. So I would encourage anyone promoting a local card show, pay for advertising. You can really get a lot done with a little overhead on sales. And you can drop $100 on a Facebook ad and you'll see results. And, I know there's a lot of costs that go into running a show and there's overhead involved, but I would definitely, if you want to grow it, if you want to bring people in, advertise on Facebook. And I also piggyback it into Instagram, which I didn't know until like month 2 or month 3. And I had like 3 or 4 people say, oh yeah, I saw it you're all over Instagram is what one of my dealers said. And I'm like, I don't even really look at Instagram. And then I looked at my ad and it's like, oh yeah, I clicked the button to advertise on Instagram because Instagram is huge with, some of the younger crowd, the flippers, so I do that. So yeah, so it's the night before, it's stressful. It's not as stressful. Like, it's kind of like, I guess it's like with anything that brings about stress. And I mean, everything brings about stress. But when like in sports, like the night before a game, if you're a rookie and you're playing in a game, or, more relatable, if you're in high school and, think about that night before your first game, whatever sport it was you played as a freshman, the first high school game. And it was, man, you probably had butterflies and it was nerve wracking. You're sitting in school at your desk all day before the game, just freaking out. At least I was, and, still would. But then by the time you get to your 10th game, you don't really have that stress. By the time you're a senior in high school, it's like you're ready to go. And it's just another thing. It's just another game. And that's kind of with the show. There's still a lot of stress involved. But it's a different type of stress. It's making sure, there's signage because there's so many vendors, making sure that all the customers that walk through the door know there's 3 rooms, and making sure they don't have to like look all, whoa, where's the other rooms at? I thought there were 3 rooms. Where in the heck are they? Because they can be hidden from the front. So I need to make sure that the signage is in the right place. I have stress like right now because I'm going to be going to the venue today. I'm going to be stressed. Are the tables in the right, how much am I going to have to move around? Is there going to be enough? Am I going to have to reach out to my contact, say, hey, the room's not set up correctly. Are the tables going to be the right size? That's the stress I'm dealing with right now, is because they misquoted me. When I booked the 3rd room, they misquoted. So I had originally advertised this as a 150 table show because they had quoted me 170 tables they had. And then come to find out, they've been doubling up some of the main room tables. So they really didn't have, they only had 135. So now basically that 3rd room, it's just kind of, is it going to be worth doing a 3rd room? So those are some of the things that are going through my mind. So so yeah, I do feel differently. Like a lot of the stuff that I was worried about in the first couple shows, it's like not even no sweat off my back. I can, now it's things beyond my control. Like the thermostat is a huge thing because sometimes in the summer, the upstairs, the main ballroom is freezing cold, but they can't adjust it because it's on the same system as the lobby area, and the doors are always opening and it's freaking hot down there. So if they turn the thermostat up for the main ballroom, it's going to be even more sweltering hot in the lobby, which, come on, who did the HVAC at the Sheraton? And then one of the ballrooms on the first floor is right next to the indoor pool, and it's really what's the word I'm looking for? Humid. The air is thick. So it's some of those things are what I worry about for this upcoming show. Jenny asked what Facebook is. Just downloaded Star Trek Discovery Season 1. Let's see. Herman, can you vouch for the stress level the night before? You're the only one that's seen it live and in person. Absolutely. And yeah, I think Herman didn't see like the Monday through Friday Bo. Herman saw the card show weekend Bo, the very stressed out. I had such a headache after. I didn't even drink. I didn't even have any Bud Lights after the show. I had one spotted cow with my burger at the show, and Saturday night I was dead. I was so like exhausted from the weekend. So I didn't even, the Bud Light didn't even sound good. Like, sometimes it does, but there was a lot of stress going through the last show. Hopefully it's not the case this month, but it very well could be, because most of that stress didn't come on until like Friday morning and Friday afternoon, because I started getting all these cancellations. And here we are. It's Thursday morning. Get ready. I took one cancel yesterday, but I had somebody on the waiting list. I reached out to the waiting list person. They were ecstatic to be called up to the show, literally. So I was able to fill that void. So Friday, I don't think the stress really set in last month until Friday night, when I started going through the waiting list. And a lot of the people that were on the waiting list last month had been on it for like 3 weeks. So they had already made other plans. And it's the night before a show. And some of them were in like Chicago, where it's a 3-hour drive. And they're like, I'm not driving 3 hours on this short notice. So that's what really frustrated me at the April show, was, not being able to cover those tables. Right now I think I'm in a better place because the waiting list, I still have, I think, 2 people on the waiting list. And then I've got one person whose daughter plays softball, and it's kind of like, well, it depends if they win or lose. And I think they have a game today. So right now I don't have a spot, but he, if he's available and a spot opens, he can get in. So I've got it. It's a little more confined this month, whereas opposed to last month, it was, it was frustrating because I sold out early, but then I got cancellations late. So that's where a lot of the stress fell on me was, the last 24 hours going into the show, which I'm entering that phase. So DR, my stress level could multiply by the end of today. We'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully that's not the case, but it very well could be. Let's see. TD Sports Cards, if you're in it for the long haul, might just buy some more tables and plan on storage. So that's a great point. I'm not going to do that because the third room that I am utilizing this month, I won't be utilizing that in at least the next June, July, August. Maybe probably not September. So probably it wouldn't be until October again. So it really wouldn't pay off. And I don't want to deal. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to me to add another. I could probably fit in 20 more tables, 15. Like 150 is kind of 155, I think, is probably the most I could fit in. So you're looking at what, 20 tables? Tables are going to run you $40. And then I've got to haul them and store them. And it's just not with that cost of the third room. It's basically it's basically a break even. That third room's a break even right now. So it'd be, it wouldn't be worth it. The amount of work that would go into it wouldn't be worth it. Would I make my money back in a couple months? Yes, but it wouldn't be worth that would just add an entire new level of stress that I don't need. So it's a good thought, but it just wouldn't be practical. Cliff says, what's a Spotted Cow is a local craft beer brewed in New Glarus, Wisconsin. Many people love it. Many people think it's overrated. Usually when you bring up Spotted Cow, people will say, oh, but this beer is better. The same brewer makes this beer and it's better. There are good beers from New Glarus. Spotted Cow is still my favorite. So it's only sold in Wisconsin, and that's like a law. Like people have been, I don't know if arrested is, I know they've been in legal trouble for selling it across state lines. A lot of bars like on border towns, like it's an international border, like Minnesota or like northeast Iowa, northern Illinois. Like small taverns have been busted for selling Spotted Cow because it can only be sold in the state of Wisconsin. So people will travel in from, miles and miles, other states to buy Spotted Cow. I actually rode my bike to New Glarus. It's about 25 miles from my house. And there's a bike trail that it's about to get on the bike trail that, well, actually there was a lot. The bike trail was probably only 10 miles of that. And it's very hilly. Oh my gosh. It was extremely hilly. So my total bike ride for the day was like 55 miles. Now it is an e-bike. So I've got that pedal assist. But some of the hills around New Glarus are absolutely brutal. And I was freaking exhausted when I returned home that evening. Herman says, Jenny, I can vouch from the stress level, especially with the cancellations coming in. That's where the stress came in. That's where a majority of the stress was at the show was because of the cancellations. And then the downstairs room was just like a sauna. And it's like and what sucks about that is there's nothing I can do. Like I literally cannot control that. The best I can do is go to the manager and say, it's really freaking hot and stuffy in here. And they're going to play with the thermostat and it's really not going to help. And especially when you get, the height of the day, 10 and 11 o'clock in the morning, when there's the most people in there, it's just that body heat. So there's really not much I can do, which that's what sucks. Like if there's people not coming in through, they're not coming downstairs, I can at least alleviate that by putting signs up and putting better signage up, doing a better job at promoting there's more than just the main ballroom. That's something I can control, but the thermostat I can't. And that's for me, that's stressful because I can't control the situation. Herman says, I feel like the Bowman and the rack may have helped momentarily. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Let's see. Can I set up a table to sell my cameras, film, and baby formula? I do get requests on like other things, and people have meant like I had somebody a very unique like collection, and this was several months ago, and he had like old movie posters and like movie like stuff, and he's like I don't know if I have any cars, but I'm like that's cool. I just don't think this is the place, you know. I don't think this type of show, you know, you wouldn't do well. I had a great vendor. First 2 months, didn't sell a dang thing. Super nice guy, and he still comes to the show, doesn't set up. But the first show, he's like, and he had some very niche stuff. And I think now, I mean, those first 2 months, the attendance was way down. Was just, I mean, it was a starting out show. But I think now he would have more success selling what he has. But it was, you know, he's like the first show, he's like, I didn't sell a thing, but I had a really fun time. This is the first time I've set up at a show in 30 years. And he used to do like the circuit back in the early 90s. And then he came back the second month and he's like, I didn't sell a thing. I had fun, but I don't know if I'm going to set up again. But he does. He still comes to the show every month. John, there's John. Greetings from AA 1881. John is high in the sky. Spotted cow is the nectar of the gods for someone from Wisconsin. Let's see. I watch hobby stuff on the couch while my wife watches Survivor, semi-aware. John asks who won Survivor. I skipped way ahead. Where am I at here in the chat? By the way, if you're joining to hear my thoughts on Josh Luber, I am getting to Josh Luber talk. It is kind of a clickbaity title. I did that by design. So if you're new to the show, this is kind of my format. I just randomly talk about various things for about a half an hour before I get into the main topic. So, but I will be getting into the main topic here shortly. And so for some reason we're going to talk about the eBay sale. We're going to talk eBay flash sale first, and then we'll get into Luber talk. Jenny says, I'm at over 500 cards moved so far. So glad to see cards moving that have been listed 7 months ago. Absolutely. So yes, I'm going to circle back to that once I get through the chat. AA is horrible, Dan. I'm a hub captive though. John is at 35,000 feet, cruising at 544 knots, scheduled to arrive 4 minutes early at gate 7. I love flight aware. Oh, very cool. Those are actual stats from John's flight. I love it. It's like spot, but more socially acceptable. Witchgate Tom, A7. KBO says I have to fly the AA, most direct for me from Korea to Mississippi, Seoul to Dallas, and Dallas to Jackson. FlightAware is awesome. I was using FlightAware to track Herman when he flew into Madison last month. Let's not kid ourselves. You bought that bike last year to go buy beer. I've got receipts from previous vlogs. Absolutely. And it's buying that e-bike has let me venture it. Like I could drive to like a random bar and you know, have a burger and a beer, but it's way more fun to bike. And so I checked out like several, you know, breweries, craft brews, dive bars while riding my bike. Ricardo says, how many cancellations did you have? I think I ended up last month with 10 total cancellations, which accounted about 20 tables. And I think I had like 8 empty on the day of, because I took a lot of day of I took probably 5 or 6 day of cancellations, which at that point I can't cover. So that really killed me. Jenny says, I got screenshot from last night that Herman doing 1 million Braves. Oh, Herman, now you've got to do it. Let's see. Who won Survivor? Cooter says, John actually gate A17. George says, it's not too bad in business, but blows ass when I have to fly with the peasants. Jenny says a 23-year-old Marianne. I was shocked and I'm jealous that a 23-year-old just won $1 million, but I can't go to 26 days. Yeah. Survivor is like absolutely, I don't even like to camp. So Survivor just sounds awful. John says, I parked at A. Thanks for the recon. You take deposits for your vendors or pay day of, which it's something I kind of assess on a month-to-month basis. Like, should I ask for a deposit, pay in advance? Not too many shows do a deposit or pay in advance. So it is frustrating, but the people that canceled, day of definitely are definitely on a list. For future reference. Let's see. My wife does not like that girl. Amazing she lasted so long. Ricardo said, I really want to make it there to set up. Looks like a great time. It is a fun time. Once the show's rolling, like once 9 o'clock hits, my stress level like decreases a lot. Until the heat situation arises. Let's see. George says, I've only managed business class twice, so I spend most of my time with the peasants. Business class is amazing. I do love the business class. Is that a minor league team shirt you're wearing, Bo? Yes, it is. They're based in Chicago on the north side. Baseball collector, what is up, Mike? The only reason a dealer wouldn't sell anything at a show is because they have their stuff priced way too high. That's a great point. This was, so I will say his stuff was really niche, like memorabilia, like old pennants and just some like random, like old stuff like that, which is really cool. And it does sell well at bigger shows, but this was like one of the first, this was the very first two shows. So attendance was like not there. So it just he didn't have the audience for his stuff. He actually did set up at the Wisconsin Dell show, which happened the next month. So this was last year, and he did really well at the Wisconsin Dell show. So he just didn't have the audience at my early shows. I think he would do well now just because the crowd is 5x over what it was last April and May. But I totally agree with, when dealers complain, and I saw it a lot with dealers last, going into the fall, last summer, last fall, when prices on stuff started to come back to reality. And, I had one dealer in particular that bought at the height, and his prices were still at peak prices. And he ended up just getting out completely, and he's not in cards anymore. And that's because the prices were too high, and sometimes that's what happens. You buy high and you can't sell high when the market drops. Let's see. You skipped my money. Don't jiggle. I'm done washing my hands. Friggin' like button, folks. Thank you, John. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not already. 42 live viewers. That is awesome. Let's see. Cliff says they arrested George Jones for DUI on a lawnmower. Don't be the first guy on a bike for DUI. I'm sure that's happened here in Wisconsin, but lawnmower DUIs are also that's kind of a norm here in the Midwest as well, especially in areas where I grew up in small town Illinois. George says, only if Bo does the TikTok will I dribble on the like button. John, some people wait until the show is over to hit like. Bo has to earn it. It's like giving someone feedback before the card arrives. Right now, Bo is in transit, like forthcoming. Yeah, I may say something that you don't like. That's a good point, Zach. What if I say something outrageous that you don't like? You could probably take the like back, though. I think you can unlike something on YouTube. Let's see. No e-bikes on John Nolan Drive. Actually, yeah. Well, there's not a bike lane. There's a bike path that parallels John Nolan Drive. I think it's the Capitol. Is it the Capitol? We have bike paths everywhere, which is actually really cool. We are a very, very bike-friendly city. So John Nolan Drive you're correct. You can't ride bikes on John Nolan Drive, but there is a bike path that runs parallel to John Nolan Drive. The $1 million prize is paid at $50K over 20 years, so she hasn't really hit the lottery. talking about Survivor. George Jackson, Mississippi is a long way from the Koreas. Ricardo says, was looking for your year out schedule. Is it posted on Facebook? I don't see it. It's somewhere. I would, here it is. Here it is. And there's also going to be a December show the week before Christmas. Go to MadisonCardShow.com. I'll type that in. The schedule is up, MadisonCardShow.com. There you go. So my next show is June 25th. Well, the next show is this Saturday, May 28th. And then June 25th, July 23rd, August 27th, September 24th, October 22nd, November 19th, and then I believe it's December 17th. It's not on these cards, but I did book that date. I had a lot of dealers that were disappointed I did not do a December show last year. So I booked it late, but it is on the schedule. George needs to go premium economy. It's like domestic first class. Tracy is with us. What is up, Tracy? Good morning to you. That's actually what I generally fly. Premium economy is nice. Cooter says it's fun to watch Mike Baseball Collector walk a show floor. It reminds me of the old. Will Whatnot be set up at the Madison Card Show? No, but I think a couple of the guys that are set up do sales on Whatnot. I had a coworker arrested for lawnmower DUI. Old man buying the Christmas tree in a Christmas Story scene. Yep, it basically takes me about 19 hours with a short layover in Dallas. Jenny says, Bo just lost 2 likes for saying you can take it back. Low Roller says, what did you find? Any good cards on Goodwill when you went offline? When I went offline, I went upstairs, so I did not look through any more cards last night. 21 minutes left on the W Fly. You're going to leave me with a hanging Luber. He's just lubing you up. Usually go non-lube, but I'm up for anything. DR says, would it ever be worth running a contest to spread the word about the show where your giveaway is 1 free dealer table? Maybe in some capacity. That might work. Always good to keep things flexible. Let's talk eBay. My eBay flash sale was a giant success. I ran the sale for 30 hours, over 350 sales. My normal, so just in comparison, because that's kind of just a number pulled out of the air. In comparison, my average daily sales on eBay for that time period, for about 30 hours, is roughly 90 to 95 sales in a 30-hour period. So 90 to 95 sales on a normal day. So over 350 in the same time period for the flash sale was a gigantic success. I had, some people asking me about, was it like higher end stuff? So I'm going to share a couple stories of what did sell. I made a lot of multiple card sales. And so the flash sale I had was 50% off when you buy 4 or more items out of my eBay store. And I was concerned that, what if I have a hot $100 card, which I probably don't, somebody can get it for $50, but it's like, you know what? If I have anything like that, it's been listed for a while and it's kind of been stale inventory, not dead, but stale. I did have one card that I could have accepted an offer of. It was a $50 card. It was a Nick York Heritage Miners Gold listed in my eBay store for $50. And I had multiple people interested in it, just not at $50, but I was just kind of sitting on it. And I could have taken a $35 offer. The guy who's actually messaged me multiple times bought it with 4. I think he bought 5 cards total. So he ended up getting the Nick York gold parallel for $25. And then he bought, a few other cards that, I think a couple had been sitting in my eBay store for a period of time. So, that's some of the things that, hey, you might, but you have to take chances on that. A large majority of my sales were stale. Like I made some sales where it's like, holy crap, I didn't realize I had that in my eBay store because it's been in the store for so long. So I moved a lot of old inventory. I had somebody come in and buy, actually somebody that I've done, his name's Aaron. We've done multiple trades over the years that I've done the Cubs project. He came in and bought like all my hockey cards. And like, I never sell hockey cards. So that was like a, I don't know, $75 sale. So it was a very, I will definitely do it. I talked it out yesterday in the chat, and people were saying, well, you don't want to do it every Wednesday because then people are going to be programmed to wait until Wednesday. Herman bought a bunch of Braves from me. Thank you, Herman. A lot of people that are in the chat made some orders, so thank you for buying. The link to my eBay store is in the description to this video. So just because the flash sale is over, there's still some great deals to be had. So then I talked about it yesterday morning with my wife, who is she's a very good shopper. She knows how to hit those deals, those sales. So she's like, yeah, you don't want to, a flash sale should be boom, a flash. So I don't know when my next flash sale will be. I'm not going to do this on a weekly basis. I've decided I don't think I'm going to do a weekly gimmick to counteract the standard envelope fees that are taken out every Wednesday. So I think I'm just going to run a flash sale when time allows, and time doesn't really, this is card show week. Time doesn't really allow for me to be shipping hundreds of items, but I'm going to power through it. So I'm just going to do it. The next flash sale may be in 2 weeks. It may be in a month. It might be on a Sunday. It might be on a Tuesday. It might be on a Friday. Who knows? So I'm just going to randomly throw those flash sales out. 50% off flash sales. Big time success. So if you do have a lot of stale inventory, and there's got to be a hook. So, like Herman brought up that Heritage Acuna. That is something that was in my Goodwill pallet, and it was priced at comps. It was priced at $12.50, and it was a newly listed item. So, I know some people may say, well, I don't want to put the newly listed hot items in my eBay store at 50% off when it's already at comps. I get that, but there's got to be a hook. You got to draw those people in. You don't want it just to be stale inventory, because there's a reason that stuff hasn't sold. Maybe it is, people value it at 50%, but they see that sale. Wow, 50, I'm getting a really good deal at 50% off. And it is a really good deal because those prices, it's 50% off comps. So you're getting some really good deals. So Herman got a hell of a deal, $12.50. So with the 50% off flash sale, Herman got that Acuna Rookie Gold Cup for $6.25. Zach bought 5 cards. So thank you to all. I think even Jenny bought some cards. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. George says, I love how Bo has to hit the filter button on our banter, John. Let's see. Would it ever be worth running? Okay, we got to that one. It's the John Nolan path. Jenny, I believe I said I may do it once Bo finished his. Are you guys optimistic about weekend sales, live or eBay? I'm not sure. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's going to be interesting, like the card show sales. It's going to be interesting to see how, I think my anticipation for this weekend's Madison Card Show, I am setting the bar pretty high. And what's my number one piece of advice for a card show? Set your expectations low. And I'm not following my own advice. But from a lot of people I heard, this is a big card show weekend here in the area, because Saturday is the Madison Card Show, 135 tables on Saturday in Madison. Saturday night, there's a trade show event in Janesville ahead of the Sunday Janesville Card Show. That's about 150 tables. And then a lot of the people that are going to be both in Madison and Janesville Saturday and Sunday will then be going to Shipshewana, Indiana for the big Shipshewana show on Sunday night or on Monday. And I believe there's a trade night in Shipshewana on Sunday night. So a lot of people are doing this, trifecta, this card show, Memorial Day card show trifecta, Madison to Janesville to Shipshewana. So I have some high expectations that there's going to be a lot of money being thrown around at these card shows this weekend. So I am optimistic. Now, eBay sales, I don't know. My eBay weekend sales have trended down. Could be because of summer. Could just be when my items are ending. But, I thought it was all anecdotal. It's been all anecdotal when I set up at a card show, my eBay sales suck. Well, when I started to actually look at the numbers, they suck every Saturday. It's not just when I set up at a card show, and I'm usually at a card show 2 out of the 4 weekends, 2 out of the 4 Saturdays each month. So, yes, my sales suck on those days, but they also suck on the 2 days I'm not at a card show on the Saturdays of each month. So, Saturdays are just a slow day on eBay for me, and that may be different for others. Let's see. George says, you know how to double your money, don't you? Fold it in half. Oh, but DR says, I'm a Packers fan and White Sox fan, but I always hit the like button once I sign on for this Cubs fan. Thank you, DR. George, you know how to lose your money, get married. Let's see. Huddle card collection. Good morning. Do you have a video on how you list cards? I do. Just go into my channel and type in file exchange. About 2 weeks ago, I think, I did a video walking through eBay file exchange. And there's Jenny. She mentions it. If you go back, yes, file exchange. That's how I bulk list. A spotted cow and a cucumber patch is all you need to power through the shipping. There you go. Let's see. Ed said I cleaned out your Drakes. Thank you, Ed. Awesome. Let's see. Jenny says it might be Memorial Weekend, but apparently there's people that don't like to camp. I am one of those. George. Okay, so we're 51 minutes in, and I haven't started talking about the topic of the day. Is Josh Luber out at Fanatics? Well, the rumors, and I've got the tweets up. There was a tweet that came out by Chris Gilmore from FCB Sports Cards that says strong rumors from people who would know say that Josh Luber is out at Fanatics. So that was making the rounds all over Twitter, on the internet forums. Is Josh Luber out at Fanatics? Sports Collectors Daily, just about an hour later, tweets out, Fanatics spokesman tells us there is, quote, no truth to today's social media rumor that Josh Luber is no longer with the company. He remains in the role of Chief Vision Officer for Fanatics Collectibles. So, is he out? Is he not? We don't know. So the rumors say he is. Fanatics, the spokesman. Now, I've worked in media, and that can be, well, right now, the ink isn't dry. So right now, at this point in time, doesn't mean tomorrow or the next day that he will be out. But they say as of right now, and that could be completely 100% true. At this point in time, he is still with the company, but tomorrow morning, that may not be the case. I'm always of the opinion when there's smoke, there's fire. And there's been a lot of heat on, especially Josh Luber with his teaming up with the Backyard Breakers on that break a couple weeks ago. All the shadiness. We talked about who are the Backyard Breakers on a previous video. So that could get some heat. You know, did Ruben and the higher ups at Fanatics, was that too much? Was that, you know, the icing on the cake that pushed him over? Or is this just a rumor? Is this just a made up rumor making the rounds? I don't know the answer, and I don't think any of us do. But my thoughts on this are, it very well could be. Here's what I think. I think Josh Luber is out in his, I think he will be out in his position, but not out of Fanatics. I think there's going to be some restructuring. I think Josh Luber will not be the, quote, face of trading cards for Fanatics moving forward from whatever time. That's my thought process, is that he's going to be placed into a different position within the company. I think there's probably something to these rumors, and I think, again, Fanatics is just doing damage control because nothing is finalized. So it's kind of like so I worked in college athletics for 3 years, and when a coach was getting, we all knew, within the department, Coach Johnson, that's just a made up coach, by the way, Coach Johnson, he's going to be getting let go. And I worked in the sports information department. So we were always, advised of incoming news. So a local news, the local NBC affiliate would call up my boss to get the news of the day and, hey, what's going on? And guess what? Some news organizations do get first crack at the news. There's a hierarchy when it comes to, a couple news leaders would get that news first. They got to break that news, and then the press release came out later. So we were always advised, where am I going with this? So we were always advised, okay, Coach Johnson, he's going to be getting let go. And then we're going to make the announcement, let's publish the announcement at 3 p.m. today, probably on a Friday, the old Friday news dump. And then, at 2:00, we call our media partner, the NBC affiliate, hey, Coach Johnson's going to get let go. It's going to be official at 3 p.m. And then so the official news partner, they can tweet it out, report it, an hour in advance. Sources within the athletics department say Coach Johnson will be getting let go today. So that's kind of how that works. But nothing's official until it's official. So my thought is that Luber is not out. He's not going to be out at Fanatics, but I think he may be repositioned within the company. That's my thoughts. Rich, good morning. Let's see. Josh Luber needs help tomorrow moving his V friends out of his office, offering him pizza and beer. It takes time to negotiate the exit package for corporate officers. Absolutely. Mike says once a week you need to have a guest on this stream. That would be fun. I am getting used to StreamYard. John says my landing gear is exposed. See you guys tomorrow. Great day to all. Safe landings, John. Ricardo says, definitely think you're right. I agree with Mike. Sounds like he volunteered to be first. George says, Mike, hit me up if you are interested. We can definitely do something like that. George says, I'll tell you what, you can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up a bull's ass, but I'd rather take the butcher's word for it. Great reference. Tommy Boy, where there is smoke, there is fire. I heard a rumor that 70s Card Show will be the new vision officer at Fanatics. Cooter says, John is the CVO at Fanatics. Hell yes, that would get me to rip some modern. Andrew is with us. Good morning. Glad to hear the sale is going well. For you, Andrew, I think Andrew's doing a, are you doing a sale, Andrew? If so, good luck to you as well. So that's my thoughts on Josh Luber and Mike. Yeah, I'll take you up on that offer. If you're interested, we can do a StreamYard. We can do that once a week. I don't know what Fridays are always kind of a free-for-all. I call it free-for-all Friday. So maybe we do free-for-all Friday with a guest at 7 a.m. on Friday mornings. I'll ask the chat. I'll put it to the chat. What do you think? Friday mornings, we do, we bring somebody on to talk about the topic of the day. Friday mornings at 7. Let's see. Andrew says maybe more than 5 cards is too many. He says, yes, it is not going well. So Andrew, I'll ask, are you doing 50%? What's your percentage off? And 5 cards, I think 5 cards is okay, for a sale, for a big sale. So, I'll say, oh, you are doing 50% off. I'll also, okay, a follow-up question. So you're doing 5 at 50% off. 50% off. How many active items do you have in your eBay store? So I have over 12. Well, I did have over 12,000. And you have 4,500 listed. Okay. So, my next question would be, what's your typical average sell-through? Do you know your sell-through rate? So that's, yeah, that's kind of tough. I guess, if it's not going to where you thought it would be, I guess take a look at your previous numbers and how it's, how it's increased. So Andrew's going to look. So I'm going to go through. Let's see. So I'm gonna bring up my stats just to see. Mike says you can get my number from Ty. Sounds good. One thing about sales like that is ComC now 2 times a year is running sales. And the day or two after a sale, such as Black Friday weekend, are slow, then sales get back to normal. Sales conversion rate, the sales conversion rate's a little different. So the way I track it is I track it on my own through the 90 day on the app. Click-through rate's different as well. So I don't know where to find what so I calculate my sell-through rate based on total sales in the last 90 days divided by number of days, which is 90, divided by active listings. And that's a moving target. That's a moving number no matter what time you take a snapshot. And I calculate it on a daily basis around the same time. So I kind of have an idea of where my sell-through rate is, my average. So if you look at it now, it's going to be a little skewed because you've been running the scale. The sale, not scale. So I'm going to look through my sales. Andrew, I know what you can do. Go to your actual promotions page. So this is about all I had for today. I'm just gonna talk about eBay promotions with Andrew. If you decide to drop off, have a great day. If you decide to stick around, I'll still be here helping out Andrew. Let's see. Luke's got cards. I know I'm a little late. Did I miss the thoughts on Josh Luber? Yes, I did. You missed it by about 10 minutes. I'll paraphrase it. So my thoughts on Josh Luber, Luke. I think where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't think he's out at Fanatics, but I do think there's going to be some repositioning. That's my thought process. I think the rumors were swirling. Fanatics says no, he's still in charge, but that's just BS from the public relations, media relations department. I never take their words for it because I worked in media for almost 15 years. I know how that works. So I think I don't think he's out completely at Fanatics, but I do think there's going to be repositioning. It's not final yet, but it will be. That's my opinion. So Andrew, go into your managed promotions and you'll be able to see your sales lift. So I had my 50% off sale. It is now ended. It ran for about 30 hours. So I had an 86% sales lift over my average. So I'd just be curious to see what your sales lift is. And so that'll be right there. And I wish it had more statistics. It shows me a dollar amount of items I sold, but it doesn't show volume, which I had to add up myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, count. Let's see. I had a 200% plus success rate doing 50% off 5+ versus my 50% off 25+. I will be shipping till forever. That is awesome. That's amazing. Mine was 86% sales lift. My 25% off 7+ items, which isn't really a sale. It's just kind of a discount. I mean, when you do it every day, it's that old JCPenney method. It's not a sale anymore. My sales lift on that 25% was only 14% sales lift. So big time increase for the 50% off. Luke says, okay, thanks. I had not heard anything about him. Interesting. So what happened was, Luke, it was swirling. Rumors were swirling on social media yesterday. I think the first place I saw it was Chris Gilmore at FCB Sports Cards on Twitter. His tweet was strong rumors from people who would know say that Josh Luber is out at Fanatics, but then Sports Collectors Daily tweeted out about an hour later. Fanatics spokesman tells us there is, quote, no truth to today's social media rumor that Josh Luber is no longer with the company. He remains in the role of Chief Vision Officer for Fanatics Collectibles. So that's where that all came about. Let's see. Andrew says, I started mine yesterday at 10 a.m. Central Time, and I have no promotion sales. Okay. No promotion sales. I don't know. I'm not sure what could be your hang up then. It sounds like, is it running? Does it say so your window should say basically from left to right, you've got columns that say action, status, offer name, promotion type, start and end dates, items, which I don't know why my screen doesn't say any items. It just has dash marks. Promotion sales dollars, sales lift percentage, and then average order size. So let me know if yours says that. Let me give Andrew. I don't think Andrew has a wrench. Andrew, put your link. You now have the ability to put your link in the chat. Yes, sales that. So I would say if it says status, what does it say under status? I think there's active, paused, and ended. So those should be your options there. So if it still says active, it's a live sale. If it says pause, it's paused for whatever reason, and then ended is it's no longer an active sale. So there's Andrew's eBay store link. So check out, he's got a 50% off sale going on. Rich says, yesterday I took a geezer nap. We had no internet and woke up to our hobby hotline chat, which was I can't see. I was like, I think I was shipping. So I had my phone next to me. And so I was, actively watching the chat, but I can only imagine if you were like working or not, had your phone in your pocket for a couple hours and, pulled it out to 175 different chat messages. And that chat went from like, we were talking about the CD Lamb stuff. And then all of a sudden the Josh Luber stuff. A lot of stuff going on. Whoops, go to your store page and then share that link. You sent the promotions one accidentally. That link was for you to see the promotion page. Whoops, I couldn't keep up. So let me see. So that should be just. So that link is just going to go to your that. I don't know what that is. Okay, so here's Andrew's. Herman says he couldn't keep up in the chat. So here's AA cards. So I'm just going through your storefront. Ooh, there's some Cubs right there off the top of the bat. If I didn't buy so many of those, I would be a buyer. Let's see. My first piece of advice would be to change up your homepage within eBay. And I did this yesterday. So if you're running a 50% off sale, I would take off like all of this. When you click on your page, it brings up featured categories, featured items, just in, newly released baseball cards, and then all items. So I would delete all of this stuff, and you're not deleting it. You're just basically pause. You can pick and choose what you display on this page. I would take all that off. I would create a banner like I did, which I need to take mine down. It just says 50% off. And that's the only thing. So when people click on your link, they don't have to like scroll. They know, because right now when I click here, I don't know that you're running any type of sale. Let me click a link though. So yeah, so then you have to click the link to actually see, oh wow, he's got 50% off. Let's see. The Meme Factory says Josh Luber stuff. Sorry, I'm a little behind on my days. There were rumors yesterday that Josh Luber is out. Chris Gilmore said strong rumors from people who would know say that Josh Luber is out at Fanatics. But then Sports Collectors Daily came back yesterday afternoon and said Fanatics spokesman tells us there is, quote, no truth to today's social media rumor that Josh Luber is no longer with the company. He remains in the role of Chief Vision Officer for Fanatics Collectibles. So that was the Josh Luber news. Rumors, not news, rumors. DR says, Bo, could you tweet out a link for the 4x6 labels you buy? First night, my QL 1100 is set up, and it was fun. Absolutely. So, Andrew, let me know if you followed me on your homepage and if you need, because I can guide you on how to, let's see. I can guide you on how to change that. You'll have to make up your own banner. Now I have to enter my password. You have to enter your own, you'll have to create like a banner or a photo. I just used Canva. And and put that in. I just use a generic background. Herman picked up his QL 1100. Very nice. Okay, looks like my wife ordered some stuff last night. We got some new pillowcases coming. I saw that notification in my email this morning. Like, oh, got an Amazon order. I didn't order anything. Okay, what do we have? Okay, here we go. Let's see. Copy link and 4x6 labels. And there you go. Those are the labels I use. And I haven't shopped around in a while. Those were the cheapest at the time, but several months ago, those were the cheapest. But those are the ones I buy. And I think I have them set up to be sent to me like every month or so, whatever it is. And then, I haven't shopped around. No, the labels got the printer directly from Brother's website. So I just tweeted a link to, the labels. So those are the labels I use. So Andrew, did you need help on how to adjust your homepage on your eBay store? I'm going to go through and I'll just do it anyway. So if anybody else wants to know, go to in your My eBay, go to store, go to edit store, and then there's like customization. So it says featured categories. And I basically, for my 50% off sale, I basically like deleted everything, and you can bring it right back. You can put add categories. So actually, since I'm in here, I got to be in here anyway because I've got to take down my 50% off sale banner. So you can, and so I used a marketing banner is what I used. So I need to, marketing banner. So there's a little like pencil. So use a marketing banner. I have a marketing banner currently, extra 50% off 4+ items. I'm going to remove that. Now I need to have something on my homepage. So I'm going to do, let's see. I want a newly listed. Feature your listing. So let's do featured listings, newly listed. So this, I'm going to add that. I'm going to publish this now. And I'm going to go to my eBay store and see if this worked. Because I had like just in and I had like select. So now if you go to my eBay store link, which let's just type in my eBay store. Oh, crap. eBay store link. So if you're just joining me, I've basically talked about everything. Now I'm just kind of walking through eBay store stuff. AIH Sports, those labels are really helpful in shipping a bunch of items. Absolutely. Andrew is doing it now. The Hobby Hotline Tuesday night show had a great vintage conversation. Yes, it did. I enjoyed it. Let's see. Do you select eBay categories or store categories? How hard is Canva to use? Super easy. I am not tech savvy at all, and it's really easy to use. Download the app. The website's a little easier to use, but I do a lot of stuff from my phone, so I basically use it both. I missed the verse, back to the chorus. So it's super easy to use. So sports cards by Bo. So my eBay store, did I post the link? Yes, I did. So now I have newly listed. So this shows like the most recent cards. I did do I added about 110 cards to my eBay store yesterday afternoon. You've got the Archives, Dale Murphy, 1992 Topps, Kenny Lofton, the Fleer Pro Vision, Don Mattingly. Those are such cool cards. 92 Topps. And then you can scroll across. What else? 87 Diamond Kings, Darryl Strawberry. And then below my newly listed has the all items. So that's how I have mine set up. So, and then I had the banner for the 50% off flash sale. So that's what I had for today. If you missed the Josh Luber talk, I think at about minute mark 51 was when I started talking about Josh Luber. My thoughts, my opinions on the rumors that were swirling yesterday. David Lee Murphy, dust on the bottle. So have a great Thursday. I've got a lot of shipping to do today. I've got to run to the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive. I'm out of coffee. Oh, no, I've got cold coffee at the bottom here. Oh, cold coffee. Madison Card Show is this Saturday. Check it out, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. 135 tables, sold out show, free admission, giveaways, register to win. Going to have several prizes to give away. So check it out. Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive this Saturday, right across the street from Bratfest. So that's always going to be a fun time. So have a great Thursday. Back at it tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. And again, no show on Saturday because of the Madison Card Show. I'll be back on. I'll publish some highlights, some show highlights on the YouTube channel on Saturday night. And then on Sunday morning, probably 8 a.m.-ish, we'll do a recap and a review of the Madison Card Show. Tim, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching. Have a great Thursday, and we'll chat again tomorrow.